Hi, happy Saturday to you and happy New Year. First of all, before I get started, can we just take the time? Can we take time out to thank God for letting us see another year? Many of us didn't make it. Many of us, no, some people didn't make it. Correction. Some people probably died today, but God saw to it that we woke up to see what this new year has to offer. So let's take time out to thank God just for giving us the chance, because Lord knows we don't deserve it. But our daily scripture for the day will be coming from Romans 12 verses 1 through 2. And it says, so hear what I want you to do, God helping you. Take your everyday ordinary life, your sleeping, eating, going to work, and walking around life, and place it before God as an offering. Embracing what God does for you is the best thing you can do for him. Don't become so well adjusted to your culture that you fit into it without even thinking. Instead, fix your attention to God. You'll be changed from the inside out. Readily recognize what he wants from you and quickly respond to it. Unlike the culture around you, always dragging you down to a level of immaturity, God brings out the best of you, develops well-formed maturity in you. And what this basically says is don't conform to the worldly way of living. Let God transform you to live in his will. You've all heard the saying before, we are in the world, but we are not of the world. Don't conform to culture. Don't live up to the status quo. You know, the world only does what the world wants. You have to focus your eyes on something bigger. You have to focus on what's more important, and that's God's will and God's way. After all, he's the creator of the world. Why are we not focusing our attention on him? If you thought that things were going down last year, I'm happy to stand here and tell you that it's really gonna go down this year. And I'm not saying that to be funny or to be petty, but there are too many people who are in the world and of the world, and they need to get out of the world, because if the world is not gonna save you on Judgment Day, when Judgment Day comes back around, that's between you and Jesus. You can't look to the left or to the right to see what your fellow friends are doing. 9 times out of 10, your fellow friends are gonna be terrified themselves. That's between you and him. Let God transform, and it's okay. You don't have to live up to the status quo. Let people talk. Let people do what they want to do. Take me, for instance. If you think I care of man's opinions, I don't. I care not. I'm going to continue to be the vessel that he uses me to be, because I may be in the world, but I'm not of the world. This is not my home. This flesh I have on my skin is temporary. This isn't permanent. I'm not going to be in this shell forever. The clothes I have on my back, the shoes I have on my feet, the money that I make is not permanent. It's temporary. My name is temporary. It is written that once we die and when we reign with him, we're going to have even newer names. So nothing about us is permanent, but make sure your soul is right so you can permanently reign with him. So don't conform to what the world wants you to do. You keep your eyes on God. Don't take your eyes off for a second. Don't get distracted for a moment. Keep your eyes on him. Let him transform you. It's January 1st. Let this year be the year that you finally ask God, how can I serve you? What can I do for you, God? What we doing today? Well, how can I bring your name glory? Get into the habit of making his will your best interest. I have God's best interest at heart. I wake up every day and I want to please him. I want to please my God. After all he does for me, provides for me and my family, I must be out of my mind if I ever wake up and think that I can't give him glory for anything. I'm crazy, and you're crazy to do the same. So reflect on that today. Let this be the year that you look up to the heavens and say, God, I'm all yours. I surrender. What can I do for you? Shalom.